Hello YouTube, and this is the Oz Commando, and we're about to start what a long-awaited thing I've been wanting to try out, and it'll be officially called the PlayStation TalkBack, where myself and sometimes a co-host, in this case the Demented Monkey,
Hello.
will be talking about the PlayStation news. And you've probably heard about this, the PlayStation 4 conference. And we're just going to be talking and explaining a little bit more, just in case you haven't seen it, of the PlayStation conference. So, do you want to start?
No, I think you should.
The very first game that was announced was...
Shouldn't we talk about a little bit about what the console features, like the new features of it first?
Oh yeah, the controller. Let's pull up the image. Alright, so this is what the controller looks like. As you can see, in the middle here, it's a touchpad. We're not quite sure of the features this will be incorporating into the... Are
you sure it's a touchpad?
Yeah, didn't you hear about that, dude?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Alright.
I haven't heard much about it. I just watched some of the game's trailers and I was like, oh, it seems cool.
Alright. Now, there's I think it's either a USB slot or a microphone headphone slot, which is, obviously used for USBs to attach to charge or to...
What I would like to talk about is the share button.
Oh, the share button, yeah. Oh, sorry. The share button, as you can see right there. Now, would you like to talk about what it does and what it features?
Well, no.
Alright, well, the share button basically, they've incorporated into the controller, where pretty much any gameplay that you're playing on your game at the moment, we're assuming that your friends will be able to watch it with your permission.
But what they were saying was that you can. So the feature of it, that's the biggest thing that I kind of think is pretty cool, is that you can virtually hand over. Is what they were saying. You can virtually hand over your controller to somebody else, and they can do it for you, and then they give it back. Yeah.
See, I reckon that's a cool feature. Yeah, but I don't like the fact how. Obviously, you've said before that. You'll probably be able to turn it off, but I don't like the feature how you can watch other people's gameplay.
Well, again, like I said to you before we started this, there's probably going to be some sort of thing where you can set it so that they can't watch yours unless you want them to.
Yeah, and I hope that's true, because I reckon that's a real disturbing privacy issue for people coming in and just watching your gameplay. If they don't have that feature, then it's going to be pretty much a big mess. But anyway, that's the... I'll pull up another image here of the thumbsticks.
I like the thumbsticks. They seem better than the other ones.
Yeah, I like the fact how they've got the ring around them to keep your thumbs emulated. So you can see here, there's the circle around the thumbstick, and there's a speaker where I'm presuming sound will come out of. And of course...
You're presuming, are you?
Yeah, and of course
We should talk about, before we go into the games, the suspended thing.
Oh yeah, I'll just get into that in a second. And there's the obviously the PS button making a return. And we're going to move on now. What are we moving on to?
So, what was announced was that instead of your console being turned off completely, now it's going to be sort of suspended in time, so you're not going to have to reboot everything back up when you turn on your PS3 again, or the PS4, sorry. It'll just come back to where you left off.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a pretty cool feature that will hopefully make your loading times a little easier when you start up your PlayStation. So you want to move on to NAC?
NAC?
Yeah.
Alright, sure.
This is a new game developed by I'm not sure what the guy's name was, but he's a developer who was in the projects of Crash Bandicoot, Ratchet and Clank, and Jak and Daxter. and he's the main director for this game, Knack. Have you?
Go on. Sorry.
What were you saying?
No, go on.
No, go. What were you saying?
Oh, I was saying that I like Knack. It's really quirky. That's the kind of games that I like.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the gameplay will be very sophisticated though. It looks like it'd be more of not a kid's game, but like a Little Big Planet game where it's for ages.
But you've always got to have that kind of game, otherwise
Yeah.
Otherwise they can't appeal to like the younger audiences.
Yeah. It looks like
But obviously they'll just be buying Call of Duty anyway and annoying us. But
yeah. I don't know. It looks. I don't really like the graphic style. I've never been a fan of those.
That's always the kind of graphic styles that I've liked. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that Pixar type graphic style. I'm not into realistic either, but I like a mixture of the two.
You don't even know that's what the game's going to look like. I mean, that's not even in-game footage of it yet.
Yeah, more. It looks like the cutscenes from what we saw.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we'll move on to the Killzone Shadowfall by Guerrilla Games. Of course, everyone knew there was going to be a new Killzone 4 game. I mean, Guerrilla Games haven't haven't told us anything for 2 years. It was pretty obvious.
I thought that they were going to make a really new series, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm a little... we'll talk a little bit about Naughty Dog as well, their first team. But, yeah, this is Guerrilla. They're starting up Killzone Shadow of the Colossus. Now the graphics, I have to say, I've never been one of those people who, care much about the graphics. And in this case, the graphics look good, yeah, but they didn't show much of the gameplay. The gameplay we saw was what looked like the Helghast infantry soldiers. Not sure what their name is, but they're the occupants, the allies side for the Helghast, and pretty much just an introduction for them, and then he was blown up out of nowhere. And
could you explain to me what it was actually about? Because I didn't really look into the Killzone much. I wasn't interested in it.
Yeah, it was. Well, the gameplay we saw was basically just the first-person view from the game, and then a guy just walking down the stairs, and something shot him, and some soldiers. He suddenly got a gun from nowhere and started firing at the soldiers. That's basically the wrap-up of the gameplay.
Alright.
Yeah.
Did it tell us anything about the story of it, or?
Oh, of course it didn't. They never do these things.
They didn't even show the console.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that a little more. Now this game, we were talking about this earlier. This is probably one of the biggest precipitants for what I believe is when graphics take over a game.
Destiny?
No, we're up to Drive Club.
Oh.
Yeah. In this gameplay, basically what they showed was there was this guy who was talking. Oh, the graphics are amazing. For 9 years we've never been able to find a game that's allowed us to get in depth and get this creative with a car and get it exactly the modeled of what a car looks.
Why they did it. I hate racing games, which is my opinion.
Yeah, I don't mind them.
Point in them. I mean, it doesn't really help driving one. You just buy a car.
Yeah. Yeah, they barely showed any footage of the game. It was more. There was pretty much just a roll round of the car showing the graphics. That was basically what the whole conference was just showing off the graphics for the games that they're announcing and the controller.
That's kind of what I expected them to do, to be honest.
Well, I was hoping for some new games with some gameplay. I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a new console, and they're trying to be like, "Hey, Microsoft, look at us, ha ha ha."
Yeah. Alright, now this was probably my most anticipated game, and another one that I suspected, Infamous. I didn't expect that it was going to be a
New one.
Yeah, I wouldn't say a new one, but in the line of not Infamous 3, but Second Son. It seems like they're doing, with Assassin's Creed, how after Assassin's Creed 2 they had that Brotherhood and all that.
Revelations.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing that with Infamous. Yeah, and then it looks like they're doing that with Infamous to give some backstory for the new character in Infamous 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all it did was for the conference.
What do you mean new character? Did the main character die in 2?
Yeah, he did for one of them. The other one, He was infecting the rest of the citizens before the.
I never played Infamous 2, so I don't know these things.
Yeah. I really like. The game was actually really good. I quite enjoyed it. Anyway, so the trailer was basically just introducing his what I assume is Cole McGrath's son. We don't know that, but second son, pretty clear indicator, and the fact that he has the same powers. He looks like he's on the renegade side as well. He's not good Cole. He's more
Yeah, I thought that when I saw the trailer, I was thinking it's got something to do with evil.
Yeah. And I was a little confused about that. You'd think it'd be good, but I think what they're trying to do is push forward the fact how Cole was mainly stereotypicalized as a good guy. To fact, even though he could be evil, he was more shown as a good guy. And I think they're doing the opposite with this, and they're showing off a bad guy, but you can also be good. That's what it feels like. Alright, the next game is The Witness.
Hold on, just I was going to say something about it.
Alright, yeah. Go.
It actually, I believe it said that he is, I watched some sort of thing about it. It was saying, by PlayStation, hold on, just let me get it up. Just talk about The Witness for a second, and I'll come back to it when I find it.
Alright. The Witness is pretty much another strategy game. I think I've never heard of number 1 before, but if you remember, I think it was from last year, Papa and Yo. It looks at the same art direction as that. So I'm assuming that number 1 was the same studio who made Papa and Yo. It's basically just
that game is
Papa and Yo. It wasn't a big game. It was just like a downloadable game, similar to like Journey and Unfinished Swan. Yeah. And it's just we don't really know much about it. We got like a few gameplay and a run through of a couple levels, but the art style looks looks unique, like most puzzle games. And like I just said, we don't know much about the puzzle aspect.
I found the thing I was trying to say.
Yeah, go.
So on the trailer for the second son, it says, surrounded by a society that fears them, superhumans are ruthlessly hunted down and caged by the Department of Unified Protection. When Delson Rowe, that's the new guy's name, discovers his powers, he's forced to run, searching for other superhumans in order to save those he loves from the oppressed DUP. Now hot in his tail, the choices he makes along the way change the future of everyone around him. So it seems like it's going to go the same way that it's doing, like the choices you make contribute to the story.
Yeah, what was his name?
His name in this one is Delson Rowe.
Ah, it can't be Cole McGrath's son then if he has a different last name.
Yeah.
It must just be like another.
It's his second son.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Next, after that, do you want to talk about The Witness?
I don't know anything about it.
Alright. You were very fascinated by this. Do you want to talk a little bit more about the old man?
No, he freaked me out.
So basically,
I watched a GIF about it, and it just showed him. It just went into his face, and it was like, "I look into your soul."
Yeah. So all it was just a model of a old man.
Showing off the graphics. Really.
Yeah, showing off the emotions from a guy's face. It was nothing big. Now we have the Media Molecule game.
Is that Deep Down? No, that's not Deep Down.
Yeah, it looks not gay, but very different and bad.
Which one is this?
What?
Which one is this one?
PlayStation for the Creative Console.
Oh, right.
Yeah, this game looks. It doesn't.
To be like it's the Kinect of the PlayStation basically. It's the game that's trying to bring PlayStation Move back.
Yeah. It's doesn't look like one that'll get very far.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we'll move on from that. Now there was basically just. What was that?
Don't have anything to say about it really.
Yeah. There were a couple engines that were announced. Panther Re-Engine by Capcom was one of them. And then it showed off a gameplay of Deep Down, which looks like an RPG to me. It looks similar to...
I think it looks pretty good. The trailer for it actually showed gameplay as well, so the gameplay opposed to like the trailer, they looked pretty the same. So I think it's gonna have some pretty good graphics, and it might be a good game. I don't know. Capcom usually makes some okay games.
Yeah, there's normally hit or miss with Capcom depending on their business team behind the title. It looks like similar.
I saw a guy that was saying that if they can do this well with the PS4, I wonder what God of War Ascension would have looked like.
Yeah. It looks like similar to Dragon's Dogma, which, surprise, surprise, was also made by Capcom. Yeah. Alright, now this game...
I found something on Knack. I'll just read that out.
Alright. Yep, go.
Mankind must turn to an unlikely hero named Knack to protect them from a dangerous new threat, which is the goblins.
Yeah.
Thanks to the power of mysterious ancient relics, Knack can transform into a giant fighting machine with immense power and strength. From Mark Cerny, one of the greatest minds in video games today, Knack is a full-filled adventure that invites players to wield fantastic powers and discover a unique and vibrant world, available exclusively for the PS4.
Yeah. Alright, that was just a run-through. Alright. Do you want to go on to this next one, the Square Enix game?
Which one's that?
The one that we think is Final Fantasy.
It is Final Fantasy. It said it's Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
It just hasn't announced anything about its name.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Final Fantasy 13 Part 3 or Final Fantasy 14.
I don't know. I think that they might just head off into a new thing for now, like they're doing for Second Son.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know, maybe it'll be a different kind of story of Final Fantasy, like Second Son of Infamous. Like, maybe they'll go away from Final Fantasy 13 point whatever it is, and then they'll just make a new one and then come back to that one eventually.
Oh, well, seeing as the ending for Final Fantasy 13 Part 2 is left open, it seems likely that they'll be finishing off that, and then they might go into...
When has Final Fantasy or Square Enix ever been, like, logical?
Yeah. Alright, now, I'll let you talk about this game, because you're a big fan of it. Watch Dogs.
That was when I saw it at E3, it was my most anticipated game of 2013.
It was the
and
shit.
It was. And now that I've seen this new gameplay of it, it's even more higher on my list. This game looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks more stealthy.
Yeah, that's why I love it.
Yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. It looks. I'm just gonna have to see more gameplay of it to see if I like it or not. Alright, do you want to move on to Diablo or more about Watch Dogs?
That's really all I've got to say. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, alright, it's just basically just more gameplay. Alright, now next is the PlayStation 3 and 4 and maybe the Xbox announcement for Diablo.
They didn't really talk about the Xbox considering that it was a PlayStation conference.
Yeah, but I understand, but I don't know. It seems likely to me that they'll announce it on the Xbox as well.
Probably.
Yeah. That was basically it. Just Diablo 3 for the PS3 and PS4.
The Diablo 3 fans of it were really concerned that it was going onto the console, and then I was looking it up, and I showed you as Joel, that Diablo 3 was always really made to be on the console, and they had a lot of arguments suggesting it.
Yeah. Alright, do you want to move on to the very last one?
Destiny.
Yeah, this was Dan's second anticipated game of this conference. Pardon me.
Oh my god, I'm so happy that Bungie is finally cross-platforms.
Yeah, there was some speculation that it was just going to be for Xbox, but it doesn't look like it anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe because it was shown at a PlayStation conference?
Yeah. No, I haven't seen much about this. Obviously saw the press conference, but I haven't seen much outside of that. It looks... We didn't get to see much gameplay, but it looks very graphics heavy.
What is it?
Destiny.
Oh, Destiny.
Yeah.
Oh, there's actually a little bit more of it on the Destiny's YouTube channel now.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, there's another video.
Alright, well, that's about it. The developers, publishers. I haven't seen this. Oh, crap. I wonder if Insomniac's in here. Let's see.
I can't wait to see what they do to Ratchet and Clank. I mean,
Yeah.
you'll be able to see the hairs on his butt.
Yeah, that's another thing. Before we wrap this up, just two things. The console wasn't announced, surprisingly.
Oh, you Sony.
Yeah, and the
Absolute fools.
Yeah, and another thing which was a little bit surprising to me was, Naughty Dog's first team. They split into two.
Yeah.
Yeah, their first team. I thought that Naughty Dog would announce the game that they've been working on.
What's that one?
We don't know, but it seems likely to me that it's Jack and Dexter.
Uncharted.
Oh, they said they were moving away from Uncharted.
Oh, with The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I hope it's a new Jack and Dexter. If it is.
Yeah, it seems likely to me because a lot of fans have been asking for it, and the Jack and Dexter.
On that wasn't it leaked on Wikipedia?
That doesn't really mean anything. Wikipedia is.
I know. It's a possibility. It gets your hopes up.
Yeah, I think it is because it could. I don't think it'd be Crash Bandicoot, and I don't think it'd be a new IP.
Crash is.
Yeah, Crash is with Activision.
Yeah, Crash is like with Nintendo and.
Nintendo.
Now. Crash Titans, Mind Over Mutants.
Yeah,
Crash.
That was
man.
They didn't Activision buy it off? Didn't Activision buy it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They bought Spyro as well.
Yeah, but they haven't. No one's bought Jack and Dexter yet, and seeing as the what? Seeing as the Jack and Dexter collection sold like a huge amount of games. Did you hear about that? How well the Jack and Dexter collection did?
I figured it would do really well.
Yeah, it did. It did phenomenally, exceptionally well.
Well, hopefully they make a new one.
Yeah. I thought it. To be honest, I don't think it'd be a new IP, seeing as The Last of Us is a new one, and yeah, by the second company.
Sorry.
I don't think it'd be a new IP either because the second team is making a new IP, so you'd think.
What do you mean by new IP? I'm not.
Like a new game title.
Right.
Like one with no sequels.
Yeah, because the second team's making Last of Us.
Yeah, so I'd assume it'd be either another Uncharted, but I do recall them saying that they're moving away from it, or Jack and Dexter, or possibly even Crash Bandicoot, but they sold.
It could be a totally new game. We never know.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it would be because the second team is already making one. If they did, it'd be a little bit of
you
a
never know.
brain
They
shot.
might make a new platformer, which I hope they don't. I want a new Jack and Dexter.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a big fan of Jack, and I'm a big fan of Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I think we should wrap it up. It's going on for 22 minutes now.
You may as well explain why you didn't play Aliens.
What?
You may as well explain why you didn't put any gameplay of Aliens up.
Oh, yeah, just because of the... that was the time when I wasn't recording. I just said I'd be taking a break, and I didn't. I just played the game and didn't record. I talked about that in the weekly update.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the PS4.
Yeah. And I reckon that they may be showing off the console and possibly the price at E3.
I think they might show it after the Xbox 720 is released.
Yeah. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. This was the very first talk about PlayStation. And if you're interested
PlayStation TalkBack.
What? I don't know. I really haven't made up a name yet. I want something that rhymes, but yeah.
Look at you, Dr. Zeus.
Alright. So thank you for watching. If you're interested in seeing any more, please subscribe, as well as gameplay and reviews. And
Subscribe to me.
yes. Goodbye.